Just hit that like button, Cindy. Go ahead. You can do it. Da 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 da. What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes to get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And I would have to say, I explored a little bit of that inside today. I reflected a little bit in my birthday. Today was my birthday. My sister Tracy, who is the second oldest of us four girls, um, she messaged me this morning, wished me a happy birthday, and said, if you want to do anything, just let me know. And I've been dragging my butt. I committed to editing a video today. I've not ever really been somebody who's really been compulsed with the celebration of my birthday. It's always nice to get a cake and a present and a birthday card. But for the most part, it doesn't faze me. I've spent many, many birthdays on my own by choice because it's relaxation, it's rest, it's peace, it's sometimes, right? Just not having to deal with some crazy, busy energy. And, that was my choice. And today I just says, oh, I'm just going to edit a video. I promised my audience I would have a video edited for them for tomorrow. So I'm going to work on that today. And I did. And it was like pulling teeth. I tell you, I was dragging my butt. I was procrastinating. I was jumping up and doing other things without having that little chore list ready so that the things that I was jumping up to get done would have at least benefited me, my life, or my situation in some way. But no, I was just totally lost in that. It was my birthday today, and it was a little bit different than previous birthdays because even though lots of years I never celebrated my birthdays, at the very least, a birthday cake or a birthday card was, right, presented. And it was just in that thoughtfulness of, right, somebody remembering me on that special day. I didn't have a lot of special days that were big in celebration in my life, but my birthday was special because it was mine. It was nobody else's birthday. And it really gave people an opportunity to be kind. And because I'm highly sensitive and empathic, I could truly feel the truth in somebody's kindness or somebody's still kindness, but with intent, right? And I was always very good at feeling intent. So when my birthday came around and those small kindnesses at the same time, the birthday card, birthday cake, the happy birthday, the messages, the phone calls, right? The small considerations just made me feel something special. Well, after I got that message from my sister Tracy, remember I have three other sisters. I've been waiting for messages. Right? I didn't think it was important. And then I actually thought my sister Tracy, being the stubborn person that she is, she would at least drive over with the birthday card. And I'm not saying that in a selfish selfish way in any manner. It's just that I know my sister and I know what she's like. And I said to myself, she's probably not feeling very good, right? Because she's usually pretty insistent in making sure that, right, at the very least, the family feels like on their birthday that they matter, right? That's just my sister's nature that way. So I had a hint that she was probably not feeling very well. But I have two other sisters, so I waited all day for them to message me and wish me a happy birthday. And it got later and later and later. And I said, okay, Cindy, make yourself a birthday dinner. And I made myself some Swiss steak and some mashed potatoes and some French green beans. I made myself a lovely dinner. I hacked away the best I could on this video that I promised that I would edit for tomorrow. It's getting done, but it is like pulling teeth because it's not my favorite. It's not even close to being one of my favorite things to do, but I'm doing it because, well, who's going to do it for me if I don't? And I have a really great few stories to tell in this holiday that I'm just trying to regroup in my routines being a little bit neglected, right? We'll just say that in the past month or so. And it's hard once you get off that treadmill, once you get off that diet, right? It's like when you've had that first drink after you haven't had a drink in 2 years, that feeling, right? That it's okay, right? You'll get back on it tomorrow. And I have been sluggish, slow, and procrastinating in a lot of aspects of my life right now. And whether it's all in the fact of, right, coming down off the holiday, I don't know. I don't think so because I had plans in place. I am still making the movement. It's just the push is a big push to be pushing back on. And I recognize that. I recognize that too, but I don't question that at the same time. A commitment is a commitment and I've got to do my very best in what I promised, right? So it's getting done, right? It'll be ready, it'll be uploaded tomorrow. No question. I have committed to that. When tomorrow? I don't know, but I promise I'll probably be on it right after this live is over. Get hacking away at it. Everything is just final little trims and stuff that I'm doing now, and I can render it. So I'm really pleased in where I got. I'm very pleased that my younger sister, Carolyn, thought it was pretty pathetic that I was spending my birthday by myself because she eventually did call to say happy birthday. Maybe I'll pop by tomorrow, right? But I had bummed myself out because of this little different aspect of my birthday where there wasn't even a birthday card. So it felt different and it hit a little bit differently with me this year. And I bummed myself out a little bit, right? But at the same time, I'm saying to myself, oh, Cindy, right? You said you didn't want to celebrate your birthday. You said you needed some rest because you got those big sales coming up this weekend and you're picking up extra shifts, right? And so I was actually kind of beating myself up about it. And then when I told my sister, I says, you know, thank you so much for calling me. I says I was bumming myself out a little bit because I hadn't heard from anybody all day except for Tracy who sent me off a message this morning, right? Right? And I'm sitting here and I'm going, I don't even have a birthday card. I feel like nobody cares, right? And I didn't. I felt like nobody cared about me and it bummed me out a little bit. And I could feel my eyes getting all buggy and watery and stuff. And it surprised me because, right, I didn't think it would bother me. It's never bothered me in previous years. But this year, it bothered me. And I think it was partly due to the frustration that I was editing video and I didn't want to, but I was committed to getting it done, right? But I don't think wholly in that because I was enjoying telling the story and I was enjoying seeing how all my clips and stuff were coming together and how the story was being told, right? So and I didn't have anything else to do. So I was okay in editing the videos. I was okay even jumping up I swear, had to have been every 5 or 10 minutes to do something, to run to the bathroom, to run to the kitchen sink, to make a cup of coffee, to pet the cat, to clean the desk, to wash a couple dishes, to get the laundry basket ready, right? Anything so I wouldn't have to edit the video. And I was learning so much, even today, editing my second video in this series, right? Learning little tricks to help make the process a little bit easier. Every time I edit a video, I learn a little bit something more, right? So at some point, maybe I'll look forward to editing my videos. Probably not. Probably not. But you know what? I do get a sense of pride, right? I get to congratulate myself, pat myself on the shoulder when I do something like that because I don't think it's my nature. I'm not technically inclined that way, right? But I can find answers and I can follow instructions and I can adapt and conquer and I can try again and try again and try again until I've got it. That's kind of a long process, isn't it? But it's a process that I'm working with in the moment, and it works absolutely fine. Why? Because I'm going to have that video up tomorrow. I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. Hit that live button, Cindy. I could have gone back into the live or gone back into the editing program and I probably could have. I probably still, nah, probably it's getting pretty late now. It's after midnight. But, I'll finish up the video for sure tomorrow morning. It'll be rendered come lunchtime. It'll be uploaded in the afternoon and then I can move on to the next video and having a little peek ahead at some of the content that I'll be using when I edit that video. I'm a little bit excited because it's a little bit different than what I've been doing and hopefully maybe it'll hit a little bit differently positively on people. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to right? If I can get this one done by lunchtime, I'm going to go right into editing the next one. And I think I won't have to do too much in that editing, except, right? We're going to convert it and we're going to splice them together and then we're going to render it and right, a couple of titles and we're done. And we'll get that one up too. Maybe we'll even get that one up tomorrow. Yeah, maybe that should be a challenge. We'll see how soon I can get this one, my next one uploaded, and if I can get it done early enough, I'm going to start hacking away at the next one uh, right after I finish. So tonight, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab us an angel card. Right? Remember what I said? I've been a little bit off and a little bit, you know, not on top of that patterning and that routine. And because we had those 54 powerful words, and at the moment they're on the back burner as I'm working on right these videos of my holidays to make sure that these adventures are created and shared that we got a little bit of a staff problem at our work and I have to pick up extra shifts, but that's okay because that extra money will come in handy. But do I have goals for that money or am I just going to piddle it away, right? So I have to make time for these other things that are going on in my life, but also those other things that I would like to have going on in my life, right? One of those is start, right? Get some nice paper and get that working deck done. so we can start working with the 54 powerful words, right? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe. Okay, let's pick a card here, spend a couple of minutes. First perspective on this word, willingness. Oh, you guys, this is such a big word with me. You know what? Because I was always brought up with have to do this because I said so, right? In this world that's so full of demands, it makes us tough, it makes us rebellious, it makes us butt heads with people who lots of times have our best interest at heart, but the way they go about it by shoving it down our throats or making us think that we have to, that we don't have a choice in it, that we have to follow what somebody else is saying or doing and follow suit that way, right? There's movement in that 100%. You know, my sister is one of those, my sister Tracy that I spoke of earlier. She's one of those characters. You know, she likes to be in the driver's seat. She's not a big fan of actually driving. She would prefer a chauffeur for that one, but she loves control. She loves being looked at as the person who can get you out of a mess. In fact, all four of us girls have that trait. But she really revels. It's important for her to have the reins. Sometimes she oversteps herself, right? Expecting people are going to make the adjustments in their lives to suit what she wants them to do. And she has people's best interest at heart. And she has those answers. She sees the clearer picture, but it's how she goes about getting people to that picture, right? And she does it in a way where it becomes and feels like it's demanding. It comes in a way where you wanna, you end up butting heads or rolling your eyes up in your sockets or just toning them out as they're speaking, right? Sometimes it's just in the way something is presented. Sometimes we have to have that willingness by our own choice, right? That willingness to listen to somebody else when they say, you need to do this, right? And feel it out when they say, you need to do this. Are they saying, you have to do this? Or are they saying, think about it, right? Put it together and you'll see that this is a perfect solution or what I'm saying is right. Bring it across to us in a way that makes it so that we're not going to reject what you have to say right off the hop, that it makes us feel that, you know, somebody isn't just making that decision for us, that we actually have a little bit of space to move in that, right? And and if we can go that far as to think that way, is it possible that we can be willing, right? Willing to drop some of those guards down a little bit, right? Understanding, right, that somebody is chattering and making demands and right, and we can find that irritating. But if we can truly listen to them, right, and let them have a moment on that platform to or podium so that they can kind of given us an idea of direction. My sister could perform miracles. She was right, you follow suit. She says do this, this, and this, and you'll have this. Guaranteed you would. She was super smart that way. but sometimes it was in the way she presented, in that demanding, you gotta do this, butt heads, right? Because you're gonna butt heads because somebody's going to be defiant in that, right? I don't respond to aggression. I don't respond to demands. I respond to please, or if you don't mind, or if you have a minute, or, right, this wasn't quite the way I was hoping it for, right? Is there any way we can get this fixed? I can respond in that because there is consideration in that, in the way that it was presented to me, right? But if you're going to bark an order at me, if you're going to make me feel guilt and shame, right, as a way to maneuver me, to get me to do what you want to do, you got another thing coming. But I am willing, right? I am willing to listen. I'm willing to watch for those examples, that evidence that might show me a truth in a direction or something I should say or think or be, right? Willing for those new ideas and new possibilities, right? Those things that I never even considered, that have never made it to that tool belt of mine, right? And just trust that if I'm willing to sit in something, listen to something, pay attention to something, that I might learn something, right? I am a stubborn bird. I am my mother's daughter just as much as I'm my father's daughter. And my father was just as stubborn, right? He ruled the house. No kidding, or no doubt. No doubt. He ruled the roost, right? But even my father, yeah, even my father would have been willing to try something new, to think something new, right? To make some movement in a direction that possibly he wasn't so willing to do, but because he trusted and because of the way that it was presented to him, not as a demand, but as a possibility, as an adventure, as an experience, right? That there was and could be and can be and will be, right? Gifts from that, for sure. From being just willing. I'm willing to hack away at this video, right? Knowing I'm not going to have a good job, a good time doing it, but I'm willing to do it anyway. And because I'm willing to do it anyway, I was able to figure out how to fix the volume, right? Get into some of those editing um, programs and actually learn a little bit that'll help to make my video a little bit better. And you guys, right? I just finished saying I'm not a big fan of editing, but I'm doing it and I'm researching it, right? I'm hacking away at it the best I can. I'm having frustrated moments in it. But it's getting done, right? It's getting done because I'm willing to do something that, right, probably I don't find to be too much fun, but I'm doing it anyway because nobody else is going to do it for me in the moment, right? So I've got to be willing to do that. And in the moment, I don't have anybody to say, get to work. Mush. Is it done yet? I think I will give it one more. I inspired myself in that. I'm willing, right, to put another hour in it to see if I can finish it off, right? I think the last pieces, not much editing at all. I just got to make sure they're spliced in the right parts, and it's done. Render it, right? And then tomorrow, couple couple of hours of thumbnails and descriptions and overlooking to make sure that I got it right, or at the very least didn't get it too terribly wrong, and get that posted. I'll feel pretty good. Maybe I'll feel so good that I'll get right into the next one and not procrastinate like I did today. Boy, did I procrastinate. Okay, you guys, that's my good cheer, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.